Real talk, but was I the only one who wanted it to be Gabiru who was taken out off screen at the end of the episode by the orcs? I'm just saying, he was annoying me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, welcome to OtakuChrisIsTalkin. This is going to be another anime review for That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime, and this is for episode 12, and what a good episode we got. A nice amount of exposition, a little bit of world building, as well as a little bit of character development as well. And not like huge amount of character development, but what I mean in the sense of we got to have a nice amount of power scaling as to how strong Rimuru's ogres are. So the ogre that we had in this episode was Soe, and he was like the ninja one, or should I say Sasuke? no, I'm just joking about Soe. So he literally just instant transmission himself right up to the lizard men, straight to the chief tank. I was like, fair enough. That's quite scary to have an ability like that. The chief tank even said that Soe's aura was that of 1,000 lizardmen, and those lizardmen were not really that weak. So the lizardmen aren't the lowest ones there. So this shows how strong one of Rimuru's ogres are, and he has a few of them. So if you think of it that way, yeah, like they should be okay. So Gabiru, he was just fucking annoying as well, but I feel like it was important that we got to see more of Gabiru, and I understand why he's involved in this episode, as it shows us how certain characters in this series can be. Last week's episode we had Gabiru versus Gobita, and literally Gobita was MVP. I'm so sorry I never got to do a review, I was really busy, but I loved Gobita's fight scene and just showed us how OP he could be, and what his potential skill could be. It's always been played off as like a kind of like as a little gag, but on a real, Gobita was doing bits. So it's interesting to see how two different characters who are both shown to be silly also have their own personalities and characteristics. Fucking awesome. This episode also showed us just how serious this threat of the orcs and the orc lord is, and how we should really be like, careful with these motherfuckers. Just because they're orcs doesn't mean that they don't have something up their sleeve. And by something up their sleeve, the orcs have a unique skill called starvation. I don't know, but I think something like starved. I know someone out there is going to be like, it's called starvation with the starving. I don't know. I'm just doing this from the one take that I watched the episode. But that unique skill is kind of crazy, because we found out from Rimuru speaking to the Dryad that a unique skill is pretty much the same as his predator unique skill, but it's just not as cutesy. You know what I'm saying? When Rimuru does predator, it's kind of like, oh, engulfs them, the end. But these motherfuckers, they were straight up just chomping away. So not only are they just eating but the enemies, or even just like their own comrades, but they're also powering up. So this also shows how all of the orcs are so strong, because 200,000 orcs, yeah, there's no way that they would all be strong just by the naming. There's got to be a reason as to why they're also pretty strong. So I liked that. So once again, we also got a nice amount of power scaling. So this is how you do power scaling. This is how you tell us, the audience, how strong certain people are, by scaling them to each other in their own series. A few other series which unfortunately, don't want to say any names, but a few other series that I be reviewing kind of probably narrowed it down to like just a couple. When they do the power scaling, they just throw like these huge numbers which sound amazing at first, but then you're like, but like, okay, but how strong are you like to everyone else? And the feats go all over the place. But with this, we get a nice thing to compare it to within its own lore. So freaking awesome. Gabiru also decided to do a coup d'etat amongst the lizardmen, which is like, oh, Gabiru, all you did was just make it easier for the orcs to take over. What the fuck? And why are you trusting motherfuckers with masks? If you can't see their face, think about it. You can't just take. Oh man, just there's so much stupidity that Gabiru was doing, to the point of where he didn't even want to just lie down and take that L. He literally was like, not Gobuto, like that guy, he was the one that was the true leader. I was like, oh god. Overall, really good episode. I'm just intrigued to see what's going to be happening with the orcs and the lizard man, the coup that was overthrown, how Gabiru's even going to try and just defend himself until Rimuru gets there, because obviously Rimuru knows what's happening, and they've managed to form an alliance with the lizard men, but this was right before the coup. So I'm intrigued. Really good episode. I'm excited for next week's episode, because that's when I think the actual conflict will actually start and we'll get to see more. I noticed that the orcs had no CG on them this time, so when we're seeing loads of the orcs in like the 200,000 CG, and the CG's not that bad either, so it's not like it's the Berserk CG which was just but it wasn't really too bad. But then when it scaled down to just a few of the orcs and we see them actually chomping away and stuff, you see it's just done like normal art and animation, which was really nice. Overall, only thing that I was a bit about was I wish that we got to see it was a bit more graphic, but hey, this is a shonen. I think it's a shonen. Is this a shonen? Somebody tell me if this is a shonen. I could just search it myself, but I'm being a lazy bastard. So this could be a shonen, and I know it came from a light novel, so maybe things are different. I don't know. But yeah, what did you guys think of this episode? Let me know your thoughts down below. Also subscribe if you are an anime fan, a manga fan, or if you just like Reincarnated as a slime, or just videos of myself, because weekly videos on the regs, that should be a reason why. Have a great day. OtakuChrisIsTalkin.